Of all the things to call Maiko Maeda, victim is not the first word that comes to mind. She's been known, and shown, to put ambition above loyalty and love, often burning the people who cared about her in the process. And she is not at all above lies and manipulation in the process of getting to where she wants to be. But Maiko has a hidden tenderness, still tending the wounds she sustained in her days as a doll. After a life of subservience, Maiko was ready to shoot for the stars, even if that meant that she scorched the world that she would someday come crashing back down to. Maiko's past is a blank slate, and the only thing we really know about her is that she used to be a doll at Clouds. Before her rise to unofficial managership of the establishment, she was in the trenches with Evelyn, Tom, and Roxy, doing whatever clients wanted and making money for the claws. I'm sure like most dolls, Maiko once had other ideas for herself. Maybe they weren't as grand as Evelyn Parker's, but like so many other people in Night City, these dreams get stomped out by the overwhelming weight of its power structure. As a doll, Maiko would have seen and experienced her fair share of unfavorable clients, whether she remembered it or not. But perhaps she wasn't progressing quite as fast and as far as she hoped she would have been. Maybe Maiko was worried that because she wasn't as popular as Evelyn and she didn't have as much veteran potential as Roxy, that she would be left out in the gutter like so much scrap. So when she realized just what she could accomplish by getting a certain love-struck techie on her side, Maiko leapt for the opportunity. Judy admits that when she fell for Maiko, she fell hard. She says that she had a huge crush on her, and I think it is safe to say that Maiko was probably aware of it before getting with her. Her character is, at least every time we see her, always one step ahead of Judy anyway. Judy is a compassionate and caring person who despised the treatment of the dolls at Clouds. To her, the Tiger Claws were just users and abusers. Still, Judy knew that there wasn't much she could do on her own. She was just a braindance editor. But in her time at Clouds, Judy made friends with a lot of the dolls there, Maiko included. From there, a relationship sprouted, and Judy was very happy. And while we don't really know if the relationship started on Maiko's end from genuine feelings, or if it was Maiko's desire to utilize Judy's talents to her own ends, we do know that Maiko did grow to care about Judy. Maiko knew Judy's dreams and hopes. Judy did want to make a genuine change in the lives of any Joy Toys who chose to follow the same path as the rest of the dolls. By this point, it's probable that the ambitious Maiko was done waiting to be recognized. Trying to catch the attention of the higher-ups in the usual way was not working out the way she wanted. And so, Maiko turned to Judy, asking her to tweak her doll chip to boost her stats. Maiko's hope was that the Claws would take notice of her, and they did. While Maiko wasn't the official manager of Clouds, she was given the unofficial position of running the establishment. She was promoted enough that she no longer had to work as a doll. Maiko even outranked Woodman at this point, which would have been a point of satisfaction for her, I'm sure. But Judy didn't help get Maiko power for its own sake. Judy was hoping that Maiko would use her newfound position to make the changes that Clouds so needed, but I think it's likely that she knew just what to say to convince Judy that she wanted the same things as her. Maiko went from being nothing but a Joy Toy to running one of the most famous brothels in Night City. She went from being harassed by Woodman to being able to lord over him. But I think Maiko did enjoy her seniority over the other dolls. Maiko made no real attempts to make things better for them. In Judy's words, she still treats these people, some of them people that she used to work alongside, like meat. The way Maiko even speaks of Evelyn's death and assault is near dismissive. She patronizes Judy for her grief, while Maiko herself at most seems mildly inconvenienced by the death of one of their top earners. I think this is a hint that Maiko likes to forget where she came from. She exercises this by looking down on those still fighting just to pay the bills on the ground floor. I think it's easier to forget the things she would have seen and endured for who knows how long than to acknowledge them and try to make things better for the next generation, so to speak. Because in doing so, that would threaten the seat of power that she now holds. When no changes at Clouds are made, Judy does leave. But not long after joining the Mox, Judy realizes that Maiko has been choosing her power over maintaining their relationship. Judy and Maiko had a nasty breakup. It's a small detail, but in one of the emails between Judy and Maiko post-breakup, you can see Judy telling Maiko to come and get her clothes. Maiko tells her to just throw them in the street. Judy simply responds that it is a luxury that Maiko can afford to buy such expensive clothes and then ditch them in the trash. This is just another little hint that Maiko is reveling in her power and her newfound wealth, enjoying the more material sides of her new position. But the ultimate irony of Maiko in this situation is the fact that as much as she loves to tote her own success as her own, she would never have gotten to where she is without the help of Judy. After Evelyn's death and Judy gets her idea to take Clouds from the Tiger Claws, the first person that Judy goes to is Maiko. One could say that this is because Maiko is the manager. She is definitely the person you would want on your side if you're planning to take over her establishment. But I also think that it's because a part of Judy still hopes that she can turn Maiko around. And as we can see on Maiko's personal terminal, she does still care for Judy. She has a picture of her marked "Do Not Delete." She has tried and failed to move on from her. Maiko is seemingly lonely without this genuine companionship, without the care and the comfort that Judy would offer her, and so she still clings to Judy's memory. When Maiko offers Judy her job back, this may very well be a partial joke, but I do think that Maiko would have been thrilled if Judy had come back. This is further proof of her loneliness in this position of power that she had clawed her way to the top 4. But Maiko would still stubbornly hold on to her fancy office and expensive clothes, rather than throw it all away for a better life with Judy, even with the current emptiness that now festers within her. But when Judy comes into her office and more or less rejects everything that Maiko's life has become, this seals the deal for both of them. Neither accept the livelihoods and values and facts of life of the other, and neither are willing to give or take in ways that could bring them to a potential compromise. And perhaps nothing would have changed even if they had approached things in a more diplomatic way. But I think the face-off here, especially given that neither of them give any ground whatsoever, is what leads Maiko to bitterly decide to use Judy one last time. But there is one thing here that Maiko does do if you didn't kill Woodman in the first place. Maiko ties a neat little bow on this tense meeting with Judy by giving V and Judy access to Woodman, so they can enact their own revenge for Evelyn. And while I'm sure that Maiko didn't like to hear what Woodman did to Ev, and also didn't like him anyway, this wasn't as much of a show of good faith as it may seem. On a data shard in Maiko's office, she wrote to the Claws to tell them to fire Woodman, and that she would take over his duties. Maybe Maiko saw this as an opportunity to take out the trash and keep her hands clean, as much as she wanted to get another grip on the reins of Clouds. Who really knows? When Maiko appeared to have a change of heart about Judy's plan for Clouds, she was, once again, 2 steps ahead of her. Judy didn't see Maiko's incoming treachery, even if she was already suspicious of her. Even if Maiko's disrespect for her, after their last talk, was becoming more and more evident. Maiko ambles around Judy's apartment like she owns the place. She almost struts around, looking down on Judy's more humble surroundings. She even smokes inside, being difficult when Judy, someone who has been trying to quit smoking, at least until Evelyn's death, tells her to go outside. Maiko taunts Judy, but she still makes it seem like she will go along with this plan. But Maiko had been planning to use the opportunity to show her own cleverness to her bosses. Only through deceiving the Tiger Claw bosses, and V and Judy on top of that, does Maiko make her point that she should be running Clouds. After all, Hiromi is clearly not capable of running a tight ship if a coup can be staged in its premises. If V decides to go against her here, the bosses call her weak, and you are forced to put them down. Maiko will also attack V, enraged that she will never be able to grasp what she had spent so many years reaching for. In a way, I can understand Maiko's anger here. She spent years as a doll, under Woodman. And to top it all off, she gave up Judy in her pursuit of more. We can only imagine what other thumbs that she's been under throughout her life. For this chance to be snatched away from her after so long and so much would be very painful. Even if she is left alive after attacking V, there is no way she could continue at Clouds. She would be back out on the streets. But if you do go along with Maiko's plan and help install her as the official head of Clouds, Judy is mad, but Clouds doesn't get raided by vengeful claws later. Maiko does offer V money here, which V can take or deny. But now she's got the big Tiger Claw money, and she's already tossing it around. The apartment we see around her is probably hers too. Maiko used Judy here one last time, I think in part to spite her, but it does feel like cutting off your nose to spite your face sort of deal. In doing this, there is absolutely no chance that Judy will ever come back to her life, as much as Maiko may have wanted that, and I believe that she did. I think it's unlikely that Judy would have anyway, but still, there's no forgiveness here to be had. I think that Judy's judgment of her when Judy went into her office with V was too much for Maiko to handle. It made her lash out in a way that shattered Judy's heart all over again. And later on, we find out from Judy that nothing has changed at Clouds. Roxy sends a message saying just as much. Maiko is still doing everything as it was before, with a focus on profits and staying in the good graces of the Claws. Maiko lives a life that ensures comfort and stability for her, not for the people working under her. Despite everything Maiko did, and despite how nasty she is a lot like Evelyn. Both Maiko and Evelyn wanted more out of their lives. They wanted to be more than just dolls. They both bore the brunt of human disregard and insensitivity, and that is putting it lightly. Both conjured up their own plans to get where they wanted to be, and both were willing to use other people to get to those places. But the greatest difference between them was the fact that Evelyn saw and accepted where she had gone wrong. Evelyn realized, albeit a little too late, what she would miss in life, and sought to protect it. She sought to protect Judy, where Maiko was embittered towards Judy, towards her own past as a joy toy. Evelyn realized she'd hurt the one person she cared about in Night City. Evelyn runs away from Judy to protect her from any danger by association with her after the heist goes badly. I can understand how Maiko felt a bit judged by Judy. Ha 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 ha. Especially considering that Maiko was the doll in this situation, not her. I'm sure her first-hand experiences, if she remembers them or is aware of them, were not great. But Maiko still chose to continue the cycle of abuse that she herself had been through. Anybody who wanted to get anywhere would have to go through what she went through to get there. She was not about to be extending a helping hand. If there's one thing that we have learned about Night City, it is that people like Maiko tend to win more than people like Judy. Our final sight of Maiko is at Kurt Hansen's party in the Phantom Liberty expansion. She is here along with the other Tiger Claw higher-ups, but she's not really with them. She's the lowest on the ladder. Maiko fought so hard to be highest in the clouds, only to find that she is still nothing in this city. The Tiger Claws will never see her as anything more than a doll reaching far above her position. And Maiko is no friend to the people on the other end of the stick either. The dolls will never view Maiko as one of them. In Maiko's quest to flee from her past and implant herself among those she deemed more successful, all she did was alienate herself. In the end, you can't help but wonder if Maiko looks at it all and wonders just what she's done. Maiko was ultimately a victim of her own version of success. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This one was very fun. Maiko's look is iconic. I love it. Love the furry sleeves. I do like her even though I don't like her, you know what I mean? You get why she does what she does, but that doesn't make it very nice. Jeez, Maiko, why you gotta be like that? I want to say a huge thank you first and foremost to my members. You guys are awesome, and I greatly appreciate how you are directly supporting the channel, so thank you to you guys. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to Aiden Popur, Frank, and to Pater Tot, to the Hot Dog Man, the Me Coolerest 001, Lock Proposals, Big Day Out, and Mika. Woo! Thank you guys. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. If you decide to like or comment or even subscribe, thank you very, very much. It helps me out a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This channel's really popping off in a way that I didn't think it would. So, like, seriously, it means a lot. Like, I'm just glad that you guys are enjoying what I'm creating. It's the best feeling in the world to feel like you're doing something that is making people feel some degree of joy. So thank you. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again in the next one. Goodbye.